Close your eyes for a second and imagine a dusty street in Rosario, Argentina. It's the late 1980s, and a tiny kid with a mop of dark hair is weaving through bigger boys, chasing a worn-out soccer ball like it's his entire world. That kid? He's Lionel Messi, a name that today rings through stadiums, headlines, and the dreams of millions. Welcome to Success Symphony, where we dig into the stories of entrepreneurs, billionaires, athletes, and visionaries who turned raw potential into something extraordinary. This is the tale of a boy who didn't just play football, he redefined it. 8 Ballon d'Or awards, a World Cup trophy in 2022, over 700 career goals, and a legacy that's touched every corner of the globe. But let's rewind. How does a shy, small-town kid with a medical hurdle become the greatest of all time? What's the spark that ignites a journey like that? It's not just talent, it's courage, grit, and a family willing to bet it all on a dream. Today, we're peeling back the layers of Messi's symphony, note by note, to find out what makes it so unforgettable. Was it luck, destiny, or something we can all tap into? Stick with us, because this story isn't just about football. It's about what happens when you refuse to let the odds write your ending. If that sounds like a tune worth hearing, let's dive in. What do you think makes a legend, circumstance, or choice? Every symphony starts with a single, fragile note, and for Lionel Messi, that note played out in Rosario, a working-class city far from the spotlight. Born in 1987, he grew up in a modest home, the third of 4 kids. His dad worked in a steel factory, his mom cleaned houses part-time, and money was tight. But Messi had something money couldn't buy: a gift. By age 5, he was out playing kids twice his size on local pitches, his feet moving like they were painting a masterpiece. His grandmother saw it first. She'd drag him to games, cheering louder than anyone, believing he was special. Then came the twist. At 11, doctors diagnosed him with a growth hormone deficiency. Without treatment, he'd stay small, too small for football's brutal demands. The catch? Each month's shots cost $900, a fortune his family couldn't scrape together. Imagine being that kid, knowing you've got something rare, something electric, but it's slipping away because of biology and bank accounts. What would you do? Give up or fight? For Messi, the fight came at 13. A scout from FC Barcelona watched him play and scribbled a contract on a napkin. Yes, a napkin, promising to pay for his treatment if he'd move to Spain and join their academy, La Masia. It was a lifeline, but it wasn't simple. Picture this: a 13-year-old leaving his friends, his language, his entire world, crossing an ocean with his family for a shot at something uncertain. His dad hesitated. Could they really uproot everything? But his mom said, "If we don't go, we'll regret it forever." So they went. That flight to Barcelona wasn't just a trip, it was a leap into the unknown, a gamble that turned a quiet kid into a global icon. It makes you wonder, how many of us miss our own Barcelona because we're too scared to board the plane? What risk might change your life if you took it? Barcelona wasn't a fairy tale from day one. Messi was 13, barely spoke Spanish, and missed Rosario like a piece of his soul was still there. He was smaller than the other boys at La Masia, quieter too, but put a ball at his feet, and he was untouchable. Coaches called him the flea, elusive, quick, a spark you couldn't catch. At 16, he debuted for Barcelona's senior team, a skinny kid in a sea of giants. By 17, he scored his first goal, lobbing it over a keeper like it was nothing, the youngest ever to score for the club. The symphony was picking up tempo. Fast forward to 2009. Barcelona won the treble, La Liga, the Champions League, the Spanish Super Cup, and Messi was the heartbeat. He danced through defenses, scored in clutch moments, and at 22, he claimed his first Ballon d'Or, the world's best player. But here's where it gets real. Success wasn't a smooth climb. Off the pitch, he faced tax evasion scandals that dragged his name through the mud, headlines screaming betrayal while he stayed silent. On it, injuries hit hard: hamstrings, ankles, moments where he limped off, wincing. And then there was Argentina. The nation worshipped him but demanded a World Cup like Maradona's in '86. He delivered goals, assists, magic, but not trophies. The 2014 World Cup final loss to Germany? He stood there, staring at the prize he couldn't touch, the weight of 40 million hopes on his shoulders. Critics sharpened their knives. He's no leader. He chokes. Each miss, each loss, was a sour note threatening to drown the melody. But Messi didn't break. He trained harder, studied smarter, turned pain into fuel. That's the thing about legends. They don't just shine in the wins, they grow through the losses. Think about your own life. When's the last time a setback stopped you? Or did it push you? Messi's rise wasn't about avoiding the falls. It was about climbing back up every single time. For years, the World Cup was the ghost in Messi's symphony, the one note he couldn't hit. Argentina loved him, but they judged him too. Maradona won in '86, they said. Where's yours? He carried that pressure through finals. 2014, Copa Americas in 15 and 16, all losses that stung deeper than any injury. In 2016, after another penalty miss, he quit the national team, tears streaming down his face, saying, "It's over." The world thought his song was fading. But legends don't end on a flat note, they build to a crescendo. Messi came back in 2018, fueled by something bigger than criticism, redemption. By 2021, he won the Copa America, his first big title with Argentina, silencing some doubters. Then came 2022, Qatar. At 35, he wasn't the lightning-fast kid anymore, but he was wiser, sharper, a conductor on the pitch. 7 goals, 3 assists, every touch a masterpiece. The final against France? 2 goals, a penalty shootout, and a nation holding its breath. When the last kick went in, Messi fell to his knees, then lifted the trophy. Gold gleaming, tears falling, 40 million voices screaming his name. It wasn't just a win, it was a love letter to Argentina, a middle finger to the skeptics, and proof that persistence outlasts doubt. That victory took 18 years of heartbreak, near misses, and comebacks. And when he joined Inter Miami in 2023, turning America into soccer fans overnight, it showed his story wasn't done, it was evolving. What's your World Cup? That one goal you've chased through every storm? Messi's triumph whispers a truth. The sweetest notes come after the longest silence. How long are you willing to play for yours? So, what's Lionel Messi's legacy? Over $600 million in net worth, a lifetime Adidas deal, 8 Ballon d'Ors, and a trophy case that could fill a museum. But numbers don't tell the story. People do. He's the kid from Rosario who turned a napkin contract into a global anthem. The quiet genius who let his feet scream louder than his voice. From that risky flight to Barcelona at 13, to the World Cup at 35, Messi's symphony is a masterclass in dreaming big and fighting bigger. He's faced tax scandals, injuries, losses that would have broken most, and came out the other side not just standing, but soaring. His journey isn't about perfection, it's about passion, about taking the hits and still chasing the next goal. That's what Success Symphony is here for, to show you that billionaires, athletes, dreamers, they all start somewhere small, somewhere uncertain. Messi's story says to us, what's your next move? That dream you've shelved, that risk you've dodged, maybe it's time to pick up the ball and run with it. If this struck a chord with you, tell us below, what's Messi's greatest moment in your book? And if you're vibing with these stories, subscribing keeps you in the loop for more. Share this with someone who needs a nudge, because every legend begins with a single, brave step. Until next time, keep composing your own symphony.